Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to all. Yes, class 7. Previously we have completed the revision of tenses of all the 12. 3 indefinite, 3 continuous, 3 perfect and 3 perfect continuous, and we did exercises of tenses along with the translation also. Now today we are going to start the new topic of the final term, that is voices. You know that the voices are two types: active voice, passive voice. Whatever the sentence you do in all the 12 tenses are in active, because subject comes in the beginning. And passive voice, you know that in passive voice there is no necessary the subject is present over there. It starts with the object. Object is more important rather than the subject in passive voice, and in active voice subject in its active condition. So let's comes to the general formula of active voice. Formula of active voice is subject at the beginning, because in active voice subject is in active condition. Then helping verb, sometimes there is no helping verb, like in present indefinite and past indefinite we have no helping verb. Then verb we use different forms of verb according to the tense, and at the last comes the object. Now what's the general formula of passive voice? Here, as I told you, the object is much more important in passive voice, and the subject is in passive condition. That's why in passive voice object is the formula starts with objects, and then helping verb different we use according to the tense. Then third form of the verb, always in passive voice we use third form of the verb. Keep in your mind that in passive voice it's must to use third form of the verb. Then we use preposition by to give the connection with the subject, and subject comes at the last. The 5 things are there in passive voice formula: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what are the 5? Object at the beginning, subject at the last, before subject, preposition by, third form of the verb in all the type of sentences, and helping verb according to the tense. Let's see the example. Like, I like apple. This is our present indefinite, no helping verb, first form of verb. And how you are going to change it, because it is present tense, that's why according to the formula of passive voice, object comes at the beginning, apple. Then helping verb, because it is present, is helping verb of present is MR. According to our subject object we will use the helping verb. So apple is here, singular, is. Then third form of the verb, like, preposition by, and then subject will convert it into me. How you are going to change the subject, I'll tell you later. First let me tell you those tenses which have no passive voice. We have 12 tenses in all: 3 indefinite, 3 continuous, 3 perfect, and 3 perfect continuous. Okay, so out of these 12, 4 tenses cannot be changed into passive voice. And what are those 4 tenses? Future continuous have no passive voice. Present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous. All these 3 perfect continuous cannot be converted into passive voice. So these 4 tenses, so if you have the sentences of these 4 tenses, your answer simply be no passive. Okay. Now how to change pronoun? As I told you, here we have changed I into me. So let's see how to change. What will be the changes over there? Make a table of it. Already you have already, but if you need to make key points, so you can write it down in your copy. I into we, we into us, she into her, he into him, they into them. You will remain as it is, you. Okay. Now let's see how many tenses we'll do when we are changing the active into passive. Indefinite will change the past, present, past and future indefinite into passive voice. Continuous will change present and past continuous into passive. There is no passive or future tense, as I told you here. Future continuous, no passive. Repeat future continuous, no passive. Perfect tense, present, past, future perfect tense will have to change into passive voice. Perfect continuous, all the three, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous, have no passive. Okay, so it means we have to do tense and tenses sentences into passive voice. 1 2 3 indefinite, 1 2 2 continuous, and 3 perfect continuous. This means 3 3 6 and 2 8. 8 tenses will do active into passive. Clear? So this is all about the brief explanation, a review about the rules of voices, and next video I'll tell you the further information about the voices.